Hi, today it's exciting. We're going to talk about cutting implements. By that I mean cutting, sawing, processing wood. Really, mainly that's what it's mainly going to be about, because there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff out there that people are buying. You know, some of it's really expensive, some of it's dangerous, in my humble opinion. So I thought I'd make a little short video. I reckon 10 minutes. Anyway, let's get on. So, folding saws, good for sawing wood, for fires, small. But this was a cheap one that I bought. I bought this years ago, 10 years ago maybe. I say cheap. It wasn't like £3. It was definitely more than a tenner, which, you know, 10 years ago. But I never trusted it. I never trusted it. It seemed like it was wanting to snap. And you know, you have to be so careful, because these things, they will give you a wicked cut, like wicked. You know, they'll do your tendons and stuff if you slip with these, if they snap. So I wouldn't recommend these. Bit of pruning in the garden maybe, but not, you know, because the whole environment when you're out in the woods and stuff like that, it's a bit more hectic, isn't it? In the sort of sense of, you know, there's more going on. You've got fire, you might have other people sort of knocking about and stuff like that. So I would steer clear personally of the cheaper, like, folding saws. And I bought one of these, Silky Pocket Boy, which is brilliant. They're expensive. I think they're about 40 quid. But I've had this one 4 years and it's still relatively sharp. You can sharpen the blades. You can buy these special files, a bit like what you'd sharpen a chainsaw with, I suppose, but it's like it might be 3 different directions, and I think I'll be asked to sharpen the blade. You can buy a new blade, and the blade's like 25 quid. But then that's lasted me. That's processed, good word. That's processed quite a lot of firewood, up to, you know, so round. You know, when I was doing overnighters and stuff. So they're a good investment. Silky. They come in all. I think that might be the smallest, if I remember rightly. They come like ridiculously big, which I don't know really. But they're a good investment. I'm glad I bought that. And I am going to invest in a new blade. So they're good. Keep these. These are interesting. Pocket chainsaws. This one wasn't the cheapest, but it wasn't the dearest. I think, you know, you can pay £50 or £60 for these. But I bought this 6 or 7 years ago. I've used it twice. Being honest with you, it's a lot of shit. It gets caught. Mainly it gets snagged. I bought it just to see what it was like. Now, maybe if the really expensive ones are much better, but I can't see how they would be. I can't see what the difference would be between a really good one, you know, because it was shit from when it was brand new, and it was sharp. So I don't know about the concept of them, but maybe you'll disagree with me, but I wouldn't buy another one of them. Put that away. This, the trusty old hand axe or hatchet, and this was Halterfors. You know, this is a pretty decent one. I don't know how much this was. You know, I've had this for years. I've used it about 3 times, because I don't know if the average person uses these really, you know. But I see everyone else had them, and I thought I'll get one. I even pimped it up on one of these, which was about 20 quid. But I've hardly ever used it, really, to be honest with you. It's heavy. I don't want to stick this in my rucksack if I'm going out for a couple of nights. I suppose it's got its uses. I don't use it really, but I suppose if I was building a shelter or something like that, I would have was, you know, building a substantial fire, which I don't do. So I'm glad I've got it, because I might use it, but I don't think I'd buy it now. My favourite is this. This is not the proper case, that had paintbrushes in it. This is just a saw blade, which I bought, about 12 quid I suppose. A couple of D-rings, just key rings through there, and that's just an old clip off of something, so you keep it round. So obviously you don't want it that long, unless I suppose you could get, I've experimented with bits of hose pipe and stuff like that to make a case for it, which So we can get cases for these, but I haven't got one. So it goes well on that, but it's quite thick canvas. I'll fold it in half. I'll put it in the bottom of a rucksack. You know, put that in there first, then things on top, teeth down, and it's fine, it's fine. What you do is, you get a stick. Everything's so dry. You know, this looks a bit thin, but I've tried other stuff and it just snaps. Nothing's got any liquid in it because it's just been so dry. So all the branches just want to snap. So you get a branch like it's possibly a bit thicker. I don't know why this is going to work. And then you get your knife, and I'll talk about this knife in a minute. You put a couple of splits in it. Right. One there. Make sure they're in line with each other. I think I've done that the wrong way. I've done that the wrong way. Of course, I've done that the wrong way. So, I don't think I have. So, I'm going to split the other end. Make sure, obviously, they're in line, the splits. Because that's the way that the blade's going to sit. And you get your blade. This is, you know, you want to be careful doing this because this is asking to cut yourself, really. Just slide it through like that, and the ring stops it pulling out. You bend it the other way, like that, and take that stupid clip off. Slide the blade through. It's got a bit of a twist, it's got a bit of a kink in it, right? And then what you do, I've always got a bit of bank line. Bank line's the future as well. I'll talk about bank line because it just lasts forever. It cinches up really tight and it's quite easy to undo as well. Couple of bits of bank line around the bottom, sorry, around the top of those splits, and it will stop the split driving up and up and up and up. But I'm not going to do that now. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to saw any wood for you. But you can see, and that has been the most efficient saw that I've used. This is a dead tree, so I suppose that's been the most efficient that I've used. For, you know, you can cut logs with that. As I said, I'm not going to demonstrate sawing because I've been at work all week on a roller painting ceilings, and I'm knackered, so I'm not going to bother. But that effectively is how you do it. You take that out there, throw that away, burn it on the fire, put that away, and there's your saw. Now, that to me is the best. This is also a good and important factor in processing firewood because you batten down, so you've sawn your bit of timber so much and you want to split it, so you put that, so my cup is a bit of timber and you get another bit of, and you bang down, bang, and you'll split the wood down the centre, which is good if the wood's damp on the outside because it'll just help it get going. That's a Mora knife. They're about 15 quid. I had one for about 3 years. It had a red handle and I used to beat it and I used to think it's gonna break, you know. I abused that knife, and that was about 12 quid when I bought that, and I had it for years, and one day it did break, but I knew because it had signs of break. But I had that for years. I've got expensive knife. I think the most expensive knife I've got is probably about £100. Gerber, strong arm. It's a bit of a knife, but I never use it. You know, it's a strong knife, but what do I need a super strong knife for? I'm not hammering it into things. And these Mora, however you want to say it. These are fucking brilliant knives. And another little tip: always have a first aid kit with you when you're out sawing, cutting. Basic. I've made this myself. It's got, you know, it's got butterfly stitches in there just in case, worst case scenario. But it's got wipes. It's got saline in there. You know, it's just stuff out of a normal first aid kit. It's got a tick remover. It's got the stuff that you might need. It's got painkillers in there. It's got some diaurolite in case you get dehydrated with the, you know, to put the salts back in your body. It's got the stuff that could, because, you know, these are dangerous. Another tip with these, if you're using these, kneel down and do it. Otherwise you can get that swing and people swing it into their shins and that. They're dangerous really to that. I'm not skilled with one of them, and I'm very wary. But that's what another tip someone give me: kneel down when you're using them, when you're cutting. But have a first aid kit, because if you're in the middle of nowhere, it took you hours and it's 10 o'clock at night and you're cutting and you get a deep cut, you could be in a lot of trouble very quickly, you know, because you need to stop the bleeding, because you can cut yourself seriously with any of these tools here, really, you know. So that's it, really. That's it. That's all I'm going to tell you. I've got a cup of tea. I'm still not daring. I've got a cup of tea in my flask. I'm still not daring to light any fires. No way. No way. No one should be lighting any fires right now. You know, that's not on. So I'm bringing tea with me. I've got a packet. These are pretty cool. I don't want to start rambling. You know what I'm like. Smoky beans. Long spoon. Long spoon's important to get in now, otherwise if you just know, you're like, it's a mess. But I'm not cooking nothing. No one should be cooking anything out in the open now in the UK. It's a tinder box and like there's loads of fires everywhere. Anyway, so that's it. That's it. Don't buy these. Buy them if you want. I don't recommend them. Don't buy these. Buy them if you want. I don't recommend them. Hatchets. Buy them if you want. You probably won't use it that much, but you know what? They're fun, aren't they? They're fun until they're not fun, and then they're really not fun. So anyway, that's about it, I guess. I hope you have a lovely afternoon, whatever you're doing. Thank you.